It's really important that you take the limited amount of time that you have in your day and you arrange it so that you can have the maximum effect on those things that you care most about. You do not want to be engaged in arguing about what is most important. This is a really good thing. It's perhaps the most important part of human evolution. Well, hello and welcome back to Riser, the show where we talk about how to live a more meaningful and productive life. Glad you're here today. I'm Russ, and I just finished the studio, except for one picture right there, but that'll be coming in soon. Other than that, it's pretty much set up. I like how it turned out. And today we're going to be talking about devotion, especially as it relates to devotion to a particular cause and figuring out how you can make a meaningful impact in that area. Now, some of us are lucky enough to be naturally devoted to a particular cause. We get latched onto something really early, and we tend to do that for the rest of our lives. And for those people, that's great. But for the rest of us, it's kind of difficult. You might start out with one thing, realize it's wrong, or something else overcomes it, or there's a lot of different factors that happen throughout life. And I want to talk about how we come to get this sense of devotion. One thing we know is that everybody's instincts and feelings are a little bit different, even within people that are devoted to the same cause. This comes from two main reasons. You've probably heard of nature and nurture. It comes from our biology and how our brain has naturally grown itself and has different structures, and we have natural proclivities towards feeling a certain way about different things. And the other reason is the environment we grew up in, the culture and the family environment, and whatever organizations you chose to be part of early on have led to your perspectives on life now. And everybody has different perspectives, even within the same devotion. And this is a really good thing. It's perhaps the most important part of human evolution. The fact that each of us has a natural proclivity towards doing and enjoying different things and working on different stuff. And at the same time, we only have so many hours in a day to make an impact on the rest of the world. And so it's really important that you take your unique perspective, your interests, and the things that you want to change, the things that really affect you the most. You might feel really strongly about a particular problem because it's impacted you directly. It's made your family life bad, or your work life bad, or your personal life, whatever. Or you have found something that really created a lot of joy in your life, something that you really loved, and you want to make more of that. You want to spread that feeling to other people. Whatever that is, that's your unique perspective. And it's really important that you take the limited amount of time that you have in your day and you arrange it so that you can have the maximum effect on those things that you care most about. In today's world, it can be really easy to get distracted. There's a lot of people online and in your life that when you talk to, they will have no shortage of problems and issues that they see as the most important things. And the more time you spend on those things and not the things that are important to you, the less impact you'll have the opportunity of making. In other words, you don't want to split your focus. You want to concentrate it on the things that really matter to you, because that's what's required to be consistent and productive. So you can produce products and services and deliver messages that actually make a difference, a positive difference in the world around you, in the way that you want. And so one thing that's really critical, and possibly even more critical than figuring out what it is you want to be devoted to, is not letting other people tell you what to care about. Because as I said, they're going to be coming from all over the place, all over your life, throughout time. They're just going to be telling you what's wrong with the world and that you need to be there to help fix it. And it's okay. It's okay that other people might disagree with your opinions on what's important. It's okay that they think something is more important than what you think is important. It's actually a really good thing that we have differing opinions on what's most important. First, because if everybody cared about the same thing and only worked on that, then we'd have none of the other products and services that make life what it is. Society would actually fall apart. And secondly, if you rally the people that think like you, that agree with you, that what you care about is the most important thing to be done, and you all work diligently and focused on that one thing, then you will have an incredibly profound impact. The alternative is that everybody kind of splits their focus across a bunch of different issues, where each person is simultaneously concerned about fixing the homelessness crisis and racism and the monster under their bed and local crime and election fraud and all of the other things that people are constantly trying to get your attention with on social media, and nothing actually gets done because nobody will actually devote enough of their time to make an impact on one specific issue. And that's really what is required. And so when you hear people calling for conversations and honest discussions to be had in society, what they're really doing is trying to convince you that what they believe to be most important is what you should also care most about, that you should be devoting your time and your life to those issues. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that, because if it's a really important issue, then it is essential to try to rally people that think like you to help fix the problem. And here is what's probably the most important part of the video. You do not want to be engaged in arguing about what is most important to be solved. Again, you want to communicate your message to rally like people. But what you don't want to do is try to convince other people that the causes they are devoted to are less important than your own. Once you fall for the trap of arguing, that's where all of the useful, productive time gets sucked away. And as I see it, that is one of the biggest issues with society right now, is arguing. Everybody arguing over what's most important, how we should spend our time, and what should we be focused and devoted to fixing. And it's really easy to fall in the trap, right? Because if you really care about something and somebody comes in and says, no, you got to do this and you got to feel strongly about this, it's really easy to try to attack back and say, no, this is more important, or your thing is stupid. And it's just an endless argument back and forth because you both feel passionate about what needs to be done. And that passion leads us to argue endlessly. And all of the time to actually fix the problems gets sucked away. And it's actually really sad, because people care so much that they're willing to fight, figuratively in most cases, but they're willing to fight to prove that what they care about is most important. And I believe that they're trying to do it to get help so that everybody can get on board and help them with what they want. And it hurts when you care about something and you try to tell somebody and they turn around and tell you, no, that's not important. It hurts when it's something that is really meaningful to you. But that is something that you really need to get over. And it's really important that you know that it's okay to care very little about what somebody else really cares about. In fact, it's okay to not care at all about other people's problems. As long as you're not the one causing the problems, then it's okay to devote your life to things that impact you and to things that emotionally you feel a natural tendency to fix. It's actually more than okay. It's more of an obligation because, as I said, you only have so many hours and you have to remain focused on the things that you really want to make an impact on. And you know that what you care about is important. And so it is your obligation, it is your duty to do those things to the best of your ability. And so you don't have to hurt people's feelings when you don't have to go and tell them, oh, your problem's not important at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. What you need to do is just stay focused on you. And if you don't naturally feel any particular attraction to one particular issue or one particular opportunity for improving the world, that's okay. There are plenty of people that are devoted already to a particular thing and would love for you to help. So all you have to do is just listen to some people's ideas, analyze and feel for what is really the right thing for you to be doing. Start focusing your time and your mental energy on figuring out how you're best served to fix those problems. Then arrange your life in a way that all of your productive time can be devoted to that. And then you can help communicate it, and you can start rallying other people that think like you around that cause. But don't argue and don't engage in hate. The world has plenty of problems that need to be fixed. It has plenty of places that we can improve our lives and spread more enjoyment to the people around us. And you never know, somebody that you don't particularly connect with could be working on something really important for other people or even for yourself in the future. And with that, I think we should wrap up here. So if you're not entirely sure what to devote your time to, that's okay. You do need to figure it out, but you've got some time. So take a few minutes and write down the things that really bother you, problems that you think you might be able to help fix for other people, or maybe some stuff that makes you feel alive, things that make you feel happy and joyful, and that maybe you could spread those feelings to other people. It's not going to fix all your problems, but just doing that will give you a good start. And one more thing, this one's for everybody. Try to pay attention to the time that you take. So the time you spend working, and are those things you're working on, are those things you really care about? And the time you spend in your personal life, are you spending a lot of your time arguing with people? And are you spending a lot of your time working and talking about things that other people care about and trying to convince them to care about what you do? I want you to think about that kind of stuff and make sure that when you look back on your life at the end of it, you know that all of your time, or at least the majority of it, was spent doing things that you thought were important and making as big of an impact as you possibly could. So if you're ready, let's do this.